Hello YouTube and welcome to another Techsloth video. I've been testing now the brand new HTC One M9 smartphone for over 8 days and it's time for the review. First of all, the brand new device from the outside. There were a lot of complaints about HTC not designing the M9 much differently than the M8, last year's top model. But I have to say there are some changes and I really like this design. For my design is always a matter of taste and people, you like it or you don't like it, so it's not really something we can discuss here. But a couple of things have changed. First of all, this phone is still as on the thickest spot. It got the same thickness, but it got a little bit thicker on the sides, giving the device a little less of an angle here, which results that this device feels much better in my hand. I really like the M9 way better in my hand than compared to the M8, and it's also less slippery on the back side. This is one thing a lot of people complained about and I really like it. Another point is that the device got just a tiny little bit shorter than the M8. Let's show you the difference here. This is the difference. It's not much, but it's enough to let me like the M9 way better than the M8 of last year. And last point, we got the on-off button on the M8 on the top. Finally, they moved it around to the side, but you weren't really able to operate the on-off button on top here. On the side, in the middle, this is a nice place. Yes, it gets a little bit used to, you have to get used to it, because on the first couple of days you will always miss a button and hit the lower volume button here, but after 3 days you know the button is there, you know how it feels. It feels a little bit different than the volume keys and I like it. So we got the volume buttons here, we got the micro SD card which supports up to 2 GB micro SD cards, we got still our infrared port. And on the left side we got our nano SIM card slot, and on the bottom we got still a micro USB, no USB Type-C port here, and our headphone jack. And this is it. Of course we got the camera, but this is something for the next step. First of all, let's talk about the display. And the display, a lot of people are again complaining about it, because we got still a 5-inch display, nothing to complain about, but they are saying we have just full HD resolution. So we got 1920 by 1080 pixel. And full HD was good enough in 2014. 2HD is good enough was good enough in 2013. We would all have loved full HD in 2012 and 11. And I have to say, full HD is still it's in 2015 and 16 and all there's coming. I am still totally fine with full HD. We got here over 440 ppi, pixel per inch, and Apple is always telling us about Retina, and Retina is around 300 ppi on the smartphone, and we got 440 here. And in my opinion, we don't need a 2K display or a 4K display on a smartphone. You can't see the difference anymore. This display is sharp enough. I can't see any pixels with 441 ppi. It's impossible. And the colors are great. The viewing angles are great. The brightness is okay. It could be brighter, but on full setting, it's definitely a bright phone here. Let's see, brightness to full. And this is definitely bright. I was always able to view things, photos outside in bright sunlight. Yes, it could be better. This is because why I'm saying it's okay and it's not perfect, but it's okay. And auto brightness is working great. This is something I really like, the display, and the resolution is definitely no problem. This is a crisp and fantastic display. Now from the display, let's talk about the speakers. We got two front speakers here on each side, and the speakers were always the big selling point of the HTC One series. And HTC told us that they have improved them again. We got boom sound speakers, and this year they come with Dolby audio support. What does this mean? Can those speakers generate a 5.1 surround atmosphere? No. For those they support 5.1 Dolby audio, but you need special headphones which support Dolby audio 5.1 as well. Then you get 5.1 Dolby surround out of your HTC One M9, but not with those speakers. Those speakers are definitely better than last year's model. Not definitely, they are better than last year's model. You can hear it a little bit, they sound smoother and better, but it's not that big of a step.
Welcome to another Techsloth video. Yes, this is a brand new HTC One M9 in front of me. HTC's newest flagship smartphone, and it's time for an unboxing and first impression video. Yes, we know HTC's packaging design, nice and small on the back side. We got some information about the device. Android 5.0 Lollipop with HTC Sense 7.0. We got the brand new Snapdragon 810, an octa-core 64-bit CPU. We got a nano SIM, 32GB internal memory, and this is the only one there is. But we still got a micro SD card slot.
We got something new here. The speakers sound great. They are still the best on the market and better than those on the M8. HTC is giving us something new. We got a music mode and a theater mode. The theater mode tries to simulate a bigger room, tries to give you more, I don't know how to describe it, gives you better, more a surround feeling, like in the cinema on a bigger screen. This is okay if you're watching a movie with a lot of noise or playing a game with a lot of action sounds, then it's okay. But the downside of the theater mode is you get the big noise coming out out of the speakers if they are not playing anything. You got this shh, you just got this noise sound they make. Then head over to the music mode, and you don't got this noise anymore. The speakers are silent if there's nothing to play. And in my opinion, I like the music mode better. It feels warmer, it feels nicer, it sounds nicer. Here and there, the theater mode is just for playing around. So we got display, we got speakers. Now the big point, cameras. Finally, HTC got rid of the ultra pixel on the back side. This time we got a 20 megapixel normal pixel sensor. This comes from Toshiba, I guess. And on the one hand, I always wanted it, but on the other side, HTC did not a good job with the camera model. Yes, it's 20 megapixel, sounds much, but no, this is the wrong side. We want the, let's switch mode, not selfie, camera. Yes, it makes some nice pictures and it's fast, and you can start, focusing is fast, zooming is fast, taking pictures is fast, and if there is enough light, the camera makes great or good pictures. Picture quality, with enough light, is really nice to watch, but as soon as it gets darker, or even if you are indoors, the picture quality starts to suck. It really sucks, and the darker it gets, the more suckier the quality of this camera model is getting. HTC has promised us some updates. One of them is already on the way. First signs show a minor improvement, but not still nothing really great here. We all know camera software improvements can be done. Google and LG showed us this with the Google Nexus 5, which got a huge camera improvement over the basic version. So I'm holding my thumbs for HTC that they get the camera quality up there. But I'm definitely saying the rear camera is not it's just minor standard quality. If you have enough light, it's okay for photos. The video quality is not really, the video quality even with bright light is not that of a high-end smartphone of 2015, definitely not. Audio quality is fine. Audio quality is really fine and okay, nothing to complain there, but the rear camera, not my taste. Then we still got ultra pixel on the front side. The same 4 megapixel ultra pixel sensor of the last year's model is now on the front side, and this one is it's exactly the opposite around. When the rear camera is starting to suck, the front-facing camera is starting to shine. The darker it gets, the better the front-facing camera pictures are getting. If it's dark, it's still the best picture, the best camera out there on all smartphones to take a selfie without any other lights. You get still the best pictures of your face, but still those pictures look horrible, as if you would have taken them with a smartphone, which you did. So in my opinion, no. Under normal light conditions, you get way too much bad pictures with the front-facing camera. It's exactly the same stuff I was complaining about last year's model, that the picture quality is not constantly good enough. You got too much bad pictures with the with the front-facing ultra-pixel camera. So this is it. Then overall performance, we got Android 5.0 Lollipop here. We got HTC Zen 7. We got Snapdragon 810, 3 GB of RAM, and this phone is fast. The HTC One series was always fast, and this is still blazingly smart and fast and smooth. Everything you do, switching between apps, starting apps, it really feels fast, and this is the way a smartphone should be. Switching between apps is great. Starting apps, there's enough power, and this phone is just really fast. This is definitely one of the nicest and speediest high-end smartphones out there. I mentioned HTC 7.0. Yes, HTC is giving you again the HTC feeling here, if it's in menus, if in its settings, their own design here. Nothing, it's okay, I got used to it. The big selling point this year is that they got a new widget on the home screen that switches between out, home and work. You can define your work address, your home address, and if you're not on those places, you are out. And then the smartphone will automatically switch apps depending on where you are. This is a nice idea, yes, but I think a lot of people would prefer having their apps always on the same spot and not have to switch between them. Because if you're using all the spaces up and then you have apps to switch, then there's definitely something. Sometimes your YouTube app is on the left side, sometimes on the right side. You always have to switch, or you have to search for your app, and it's a nice idea, yes, and you can arrange those apps. The apps are always on the same spot, but then again, you can't switch. I hope you understand what I mean here. Nice idea, but not my taste of what I would call innovation or a useful feature. What about battery life? Battery life, it got a 10% more battery life than the M8. The Snapdragon 810 is more battery saving than the 801. We got still the same display resolution, and this results in, yes, exactly, better battery life than last year's model. Without any problems, hardcore users get well through the day. Hardcore users get well over, let me say, something around 8 to 12 hours on-screen time with the display activated. Like watching, it's without any problems possible to watch 8 hours of Netflix streaming with full brightness settings. No, not maybe say auto brightness setting. If you say set the brightness to full, you get less battery life out of it, because the main battery consumption source is definitely the display and the display brightness. But still, if you're a normal smartphone user, you get 2 days without any problems. You have to charge it via the micro USB port because the aluminium design, there is no wireless charging or anything else, no wireless charging. And one last point, yes, the device gets not hot, but warm. Under normal conditions outside, you're walking around, normally you don't notice it. But if you're recording a video, even in 4K, yes, you can record 4K videos with it, with a not great quality by the side, or if you play gaming a lot, yes, the device gets warm, but it won't get hot. It's still so that you can normally use the device, operate it without any problems. You won't burn your fingers. This is BS that some people are telling you. Yes, it gets warm. Maybe there will be a fix to cool the Snapdragon 810 a little bit down, but in the end, normal device, all other, it's aluminium, guys. It's how the phones are built. They will get warm. Even my iPhone 6 Plus is getting warm if I use it hardcorely. Yes, the device gets warmer if you do normal stuff. You notice this. Yet now with around 15 minutes of on-screen time, screen activated time, I can feel it. The device is warm, but totally fine and totally normal. So, what about price? Brand new device, 750 euros here in Germany. That's much. And yes, it's a nice phone. Yes, it's speedy. But for me, the cameras are way not good enough for the HTC One M9 to be my main smartphone device or the smartphone device of my choosing. I wouldn't update from an HTC One M8. The cameras, yes, is better, a little better overall. The battery time is a little bit better. We got a little bit more performance here. We got a little new design here, tweaks here and there. Yes, but in my opinion, this is not enough to do the update from the M8 to the M9. And if you're looking for a new smartphone and you don't do a lot of pictures, or just do me the favor, if you're considering the HTC One M9 as your new flagship or as your main smartphone or just as your smartphone, please test it previously before buying. Test the camera, see the picture quality, see the video quality, and figure out for yourself, is this the quality you're looking for, or is this the quality that you are satisfied with? All the other points, great phone, great device, I really like it, but the cameras is not the thing that I would take for my main smartphone in 2015. So this is it. Thank you guys for watching, and I see you in the next video. Bye.